Okay. Beta. I'm gonna show y'all boys where I'm from, man. I'm from that. Alright, what to do, still with the cam shine like a lamp. Big Boss Hog, Boss Dog K Poe through the door, here to talk this boxing. Forget about soliloquy, remember tough times don't last, good people do, don't have yourself. Caught him in the fallout, maybe matter. Peak game, made it foes on West Wayne. Your boy just put up to the gym. I just shot an X and Lubin video, and yet again, let me remind y'all that a lot of these videos that I shoot are pre-recorded, right? Which means that I shoot these videos ahead of time and I release them at a later date, right? You know, I saw a lot of people, this already happened. I'm not trying to hear that no more, bro. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you respectful. Use your common sense, bro. You know what I mean? That's all I ask. But let's talk boxing. Shakur Stevenson and his fans are delusional. Let's talk about it. All right, this ain't finna be long. This might be between 5 and 7 minutes. Okay? Shakur Stevenson has crowned himself as the boogeyman in 135. Nobody want to fight him. Everybody hating on him, and nobody likes him, and blah, 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 blah. Let me tell you something. Shakur Stevenson is a hell of a fighter. Somebody that I see a lot of skill. But you know me. Everybody been watching my channel know that me, I'm big, and I'm big on holding fighters accountable. And Shakur Stevenson don't fight them dogs like that. That's what it is. And I know somebody gonna say, what you mean he ain't fighting dogs? Nobody wanna fight him. Everybody's ducking him. How is everybody ducking him when he got dudes who's actively trying to fight him? Right? Now I already know what y'all gonna say, Tank ducking him. I don't think Tank ducking him. PBC came to Shakur Stevenson, talked to him and his representation about one fight. Right? They didn't. I won't sit here and say they offered him a fight, but they talked to him about a fight. He didn't sit there and try to talk to them and say, look, I'll sign with y'all, do whatever, I just want to fight Tank. No, he ain't do that. He said he talked to him. That's all he said. See, Shakur Stevenson has in his mind that he's bigger than what he really is. Right? And that's the problem with him. Shakur Stevenson at 135, okay, we're not talking about 130. At 135 has not fought top competition, right? And the top fighters at your weight class are Keyshawn Davis, who you need to fight, but Tank, Lomachenko, right? You can fight Murtala. Abdullah Mason's on the cusp. You need names, bro. And your resume is lacking a name. You know what I mean? So Tank has fought better competition at 135 than you have, right? I'm not gonna say Tank fought killers, but he fought names. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. So it's like at the end of the day, he's the A side who you've came out and said, yes, Gervonta Tank Davis the A side. We you know he's the A side. So if you know that and you see that he's the A side, you know, for you to get a little leverage, why don't you just go out and build your legacy without having to fight him, or to the point where you could come to the table and be like, look, this is what I got right here. This is who I fought. Right? The whole thing, and if I was Shakur Stevenson's manager, this is what I would do. I would sit down with Shakur Stevenson and be like, look, I tell him the truth. You're not as big as you think you are. Pause. So I would say, we got to get out here and start fighting these young bulls. So we going to fight Abdullah Mason. We going to fight Andy Cruz. Right? If there's some fights at 140, the Tito Mercados, the Teofimo Lopez, the Ryan Garcia's, we're going to try to push for them fights too. Right? But we're going to do it behind closed doors. We ain't going to be doing all that talking. That's what I would do if I was Shakur Stevenson's manager. You know what I'm saying? I would try to push for fights like those. Right? Because truthfully, if I'm Gervonta Tank Davis and every time I do an interview and you ask me about Shakur, like, what'd you think about Shakur? What has Shakur Stevenson done? What has he done for you to be like, you know what? That he deserves a Tank fight. If anything, the person that deserves a Tank fight might be Keyshawn Davis. He's looking more impressive. He's obviously more exciting. He's selling, right? You can see that based off his ticket sales when he at home, even when he in other cities, he's selling. People are tuning into his fights. So all I'm saying at the end of the day is Keyshawn Davis is a more lucrative fight, right? If I'm Tank, I'm looking to fight him more than I'm looking to fight Shakur. That's just real talk. You know, but when you talk like that, you making excuses. But like I said before, you got Shakur Stevenson who don't have the resume, who ducking, I'm gonna say ducking, but he turning down opportunities because in his mind he's bigger than what he is. And it's bullcrap to me. Right? You gotta understand, you gotta be real and be like, you know what? I'm not as big as I thought I was. Pause. Let me fight these young bulls. Let me fight Abdullah Mason. Right? Floyd Schofield, we could say, you know, he ducked, right? So he out the way. But we could sit here and say Shakur ain't fighting the people he's supposed to be fighting. You know what I mean? Like, the only reason Shakur is where he's at right now is because he done talked his way into this position. We just being real. And y'all get mad at your mama all you want to. He's talked his way into this position. And I told you, I was the one advocating for Shakur before anybody. But I gotta be real, bro. He's talked his way into this position. That's what he's done. He's sat there and he's pushed for a Tank fight by talking instead of by fighting. Right? That's just what it is. You gotta fight your way into these positions. He's not fighting his way into anything. He's just talking. Right? So when you see a Tank talking about, man, what is Shakur doing? That's a legitimate question. You know? It's not deflecting. It's not, you know what I mean? It ain't. But I just find it funny how, like, everybody on this Shakur train now. When I was sitting there talking about Shakur back in the day, nobody wasn't on that train. Everybody was saying I was tripping. Now, right? And the only reason I was talking like that about Shakur, because I thought, man, okay, cool. He fighting this person, and this person at this weight class when he's at 126, 130. So I'm like, cool, man. He gonna keep this up. He get to 135, it stops. But then he get arrogant. He like, oh man, I don't need to fight him. He just trying to make a name. He just trying to make. What are you doing? You not even selling like that. You need a Tito Mercado who talking up the fight. Look at Tank versus Lamont Roach. Look what Tank is doing for Lamont Roach. Look what Tank did for Eastside Pitbull Cruz. You know what I'm saying? These guys became stars after they fought Tank. Look at Mario Barrios. Now, anybody that's fought Shakur, name somebody that was just successful. The only person who's successful after he fought Shakur was Joshua Padley. And he just fought a nobody, you know what I'm saying, and won a version of a WBA belt. I don't know how that happened. So all I'm saying at the end of the day, it's like this, man. Shakur got to step his game up, bro. All this delusional talk, all this stuff from his fans, throw that in the trash, bro. He got to step his game up. He got to fight better competition, right? You got to. Keyshawn Davis should be on the menu. He shouldn't be off the menu. All that soft stuff about, we're going to throw this away because, you know, they're obviously not going to fight, so we can throw that away. No. We not going to throw that away. Because you see how they talking and they talking themselves into a Tank fight? Keyshawn is talking his way into a Tank fight. So I'm going to talk them boys into fighting each other. We ain't dead nothing. I'm going to be the only channel on YouTube who going to keep bringing that up until they move out of the weight class, until Keyshawn go to 147. Even when Keyshawn at 140, I'm going to talk that fight up. I'm going to keep talking about it. Because they need to fight. What kind of soft stuff is that? How do you, as a man, sit there and say, that's my brother. I love him. Bro, we at the same weight class. You in the weight, bro. We finna fight. That's just real talk. I'm not finna sit here and, oh, man, I'm not gonna fight him. That's my brother. I don't care. I'll fight my blood brother. I don't care. If you in my weight class, we fighting, bro. You in the way. I'm trying to be great. And that's the problem with these fighters. They don't want to be great, bro. They want to look like they great. That's the problem with all these young fighters. They want to look like they're great. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got a problem with Bud, bro. Yo, Bud got accolades, right? He got all these accolades, you know. And I went over the minutes that I said I was gonna go because I'm cooking now. I said the issue I got with Bud is he got all these accolades, but his resume is lacking. And when you talk about, oh, you hating, I'm not hating, it's facts. A dude that's that great needs names on his resume. And he need to go outside of his means to make these fights happen. If that means he got to leave his promotional company and go over there, that's what he got to do. That's what I would do. If I want to fight somebody, I'm going where he at. I'm not going to sit there and be crying wolf behind my promoter. I'm going to go where he at. That's the problem I have with fighters today. They do all this in the media. This is what they doing. They do this, do that, do this. Man, go where the smoke is at, bro. Go where it's at. That's all I'm saying. You gonna go, hey, go over there. Go see what's up over there. Go see what's cracking. That's all I'm saying. That's all about saying. When you want to be great, bro, there's nothing that's gonna stop you from being great. You're gonna go beyond, above and beyond to be great. But the problem with this era of fighters, they talk too much. That's why I don't really like this era of fighters. They talk in the media, they talking on the internet. It's too much talking. Then y'all talk in the comment section. Y'all do all this talking. It's like, bro, this Shakur, he think he a gangster. Half of y'all be talking. He posted something on the internet. Half of y'all be saying stuff on the internet, but be friendly in your face. Shakur, you ain't came across me. You ain't came across no other man. Because the energy will still be the same. I ain't disrespecting you. I'm not going to sit here and go left. It's not. But I'm going to ask you the same questions that I'm asking on here to your face. You got to be around men at the end of the day. You getting emotional, writing that on the internet means nothing. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you got to be a man. You got to stand on your 10. You have to be a man, and you got to understand what people are saying. We want you to fight these other fights to build up your resume. Stop worrying about Tank. Yeah, Tank is a champion. Cool. But, hey, you might not get that fight. That shouldn't be your primary focus. Keyshawn right there. Fight him. You got all these other fights at 140. You believe that skills pay the bills. You believe that, skills, regardless of weight class, will help you beat certain fighters. So, since you are a very skillful fighter, you should be able to go to 140, 147, and beat certain fighters. So, put that to use. That's all I'm saying. Put that to use. Right? If you're not going to fight Keyshawn, which I think is bullcrap, go to 40 and look for a fight up there. Look at a Regis Prograis. Look at Frank Martin at 40. Look at all these dudes at 40. You could go up there and fight. If the skills pay the bills, go up there and keep it real. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Boss gone.